Mercito, thank you so much. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for doing the interview, Jeremy.
I appreciate it. I was kind of going back through your history, and I was really surprised when I saw that you started boxing at 15 and then turned professional at 16. Um, that's not the status quo. Usually, there's like an amateur buildup. What made you go from just kind of that 1 year's experience and straight into the professionals?
Well, actually, when I was a kid, my dad already trained me boxing, kickboxing, and I kind of have a little bit of experience already. I do not have an amateur boxing fight, um, but when I went to a gym, to this a boxing stable in Cebu, I've been training with professionals. There's no amateur in that gym, and when the coach found out that I don't have any amateur fight, they were thinking that they might set me up in an amateur fight. But one fight got canceled, and one of the coach, seeing that I've been sparring with the professionals, they're saying, you know what? You've been sparring with a professional. Why go to amateur? Just go to pro. And they didn't know that I'm still young. They thought I was already like 18, and then when they found out I was 15, it's like, oh, when you gonna turn 16? It's like, oh, almost there. It's like, okay, let your parents sign, and if you want to fight. So my dad, pretty much very confident that I'm gonna do good. Said, okay, I'll go fight, and it seems like I have a talent of it. Being a professional boxer fighter. So I just keep going, keep winning.
Was it hard for you as such a teenager fighting grown men? I mean, did that kind of strike you like, whoa, like was there a sense of fear or did you just go into it full blast?
You know what? First time I step in the ring, for us, I didn't feel anything about that. Maybe because I got used to when my dad used to train me when I was a kid. He used to even pay some kids, like bigger kids, just to beat me up. If you can beat my son, then I'll give you money, something like that. And so, so for me, it was like still normal for me. So stepping in there and first in the ring, I didn't really feel about that, being maybe nervous or anything. Maybe I did when I was starting with my dad, but because I'm so used to it, I'm like, it's normal. It's another, day of fighting. Yeah.
I think there's multiple ways that people might look at that. One is that, I mean, obviously, you had to go through the fire early on to become what you are now. The other
Mhm.
is that a lot of people might say, "Oh, he didn't get the chance to, come up the traditional way." When looking back on it, are there any regrets of the way that you started your career?
No, not at all. Knowing what I've accomplished right now,
Mhm.
not at all. And in Philippines, you know, that time, I make money, and as a professional, I don't have to suffer. Uh, During my early career, I became successful in going up, so it was a blessing to me. Yeah, I think it was good.
In those early years when you're going to the gym as a 15-year-old, um, when did you really fall in love with the sport and say, "You know what? This is what I wanna do for the rest of my life?"
Um, at first, I was just thinking about it like, you know, just train. I wasn't really thinking about it as my future. I just want to train and box as being a teenager, like wasn't thinking about the long term and gonna be the future. So what I'm thinking is just being young, just train and spar and fight. But after winning, specifically remember thinking if I lost the first fight, I'm done with boxing. I won, and the second fight, same thing. My mindset's the same thing. I'm done with boxing if I lost this second fight, third fight, until like I keep winning for like 10th straight time. And that's when I was thinking like, you know what? I'm good at what I'm doing. So might as well. I want to be a world champion. I want to fight. And Philippines back then, they've been thinking that I might win. Maybe I can win a Philippine title, Philippine championship belt. But I even passed that. So After that, I just continue. After like 10 fights, I keep training, keep winning. I put in my mind, no, I cannot stop. I need to continue because I'm good at what I'm doing.
I know that throughout your career, you've had multiple trainers and people that have kind of given you that boxing knowledge. I know you were with Carl Penalosa at one point, and you moved from Carl to kind of Freddie and Marvin, and then back to Carl, and then are you back with Freddie and Marvin?
Yeah, I'm with Marvin right now. I
Mhm.
want something that can understand me too with language and with same with culture. Um, and Marvin has some connection with sparrings. Uh, and also, when I spoke to um, my dad's philosophy is style never won't won't get stagnant. There's always a lot of styles. So for him, he's thinking if you people, why not take the opportunity? My dad still based out, so we were okay about it. And of course, we don't just get a trainer because we just want to go train. We think about it like, okay, this trainer might be good for you, so we'll do it.
Mhm.
So that's what we've been doing. And in this world, I mean, this is boxing world. You can always, it's a small boxing world, so you can always find someone that you always work, who you might work before, and then maybe you go to the other one and you can go back. So we always stay neutral.
Mhm. I know that Marvin and Freddie oftentimes are kind of like a team. For this fight against Joel Diaz, is it going to just be Marvin in your corner? Or is it going to be Marvin and Freddie?
It's gonna be Marvin, my dad,
Hmm.
in my corner, and it's been great that time, and I know Coach Freddie has a lot of fighters too that he trains, um, and right now it's just my dad and Marvin is gonna be in my corner.
Hmm. Now I know that it's been a bit of a longer layoff for you than in the past. I think it's going to be officially like 29 months once you get in there. Um, as far as that time off, was that something that you felt that you needed, or was there a reason for taking a bigger distance between fights?
Things just happen. First there was COVID, and then I got food poisoned, and then some couple of fights didn't happen. It got postponed. It was frustrating at first, but I just keep myself uh, busy and motivate. Uh, Especially that my wife is pregnant right now, it definitely motivates me having this first boy. We're having a boy, so I already said it right now. So
Congratulations.
it definitely it's a different feeling, and it it, it motivates me to not just because of me. I think about I have a son, and I need to provide, and it's just a great feeling. It feels like it makes me, you know, get me, uh, get me energetic and get more stronger. And I have a great camp thinking about that, and so you know, I'm still here. Like there's a saying: once a fighter, you're always gonna be a fighter. So I'm here.
Well, congratulations. That's fantastic news, and from a father to a father, it's a wonderful experience. So that you're gonna love
Oh
it.
yes.
I know
Oh,
that.
thank you. Yes, yes.
No, most definitely. I know that the last couple fights, you're kind of talking about frustration over the last few years, and even the last few fights. I guess you could say have been frustrating. Um, I know the fight with Rodriguez didn't go the way as planned. You also, there was cuts involved, and there was a cut in the Morales fight as well. Did those frustrations ever make you question if you would continue boxing, or did it make you question, the path that you were on?
To be honest with Morales, there's a little bit of that, like, but then I know it wasn't me 100% cutting weight wise. So I have to take a break and then come to realize that, hey, I love this sport. Things happen. Continue because my body's looking for it. My body feels like I can still move. I don't have a knee problem. And then after the Morales fight, I just got my elbow surgery, and I have this for a longest time since I think since even that Vasquez fight with my elbow and shoulder, because my elbow has this fragments of bones that keep sticking when I throw a jab. It hurts like a needle. And then I just find a way how to wiggle it, and it kind of helps a little bit. And now that everything is gone, uh, I feel like, oh man, it feels great. And I noticed that a lot of fighters always have a knee problem. Mark, instead of running every day without, because a lot of fighters, even though they don't have a scheduled fight, they keep running, which is good probably for them. But for me, I try to save it. I try to work smart. Instead of running, I try to go like biking. It's less impact on your knee, and so I feel great. I don't have any pain, just that shoulder and the elbow. And I feel great. So I'm like, why not? Like I'm still good. And if I have my dad's gene, which is, he's gonna be 59 this September. I mean, no, this Sunday, this Sunday actually, and he still spars with me. He still feel great. He's in good shape. So I'm like, I'm a son of my dad, and he can do that. Like I feel great. So I continue, and let only time can tell when do I need to hang the gloves. But right now, I've seen Gennady Golovkin, my fellow countryman, Nonito Donaire. I think it's 39, and they feel good. And I'm 34 right now, but I'm still great.
I appreciate it, Mercito. I look forward to seeing you at super lightweight. I look forward to your next fight. Congratulations again on being a father, and best of luck in your next fight.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.